Evening, everyone. We are live.
Hello.
Hello.
And guess what? It is public, so go ahead and share. Share the live. Share it on your personal page. Share it on your group pages. Share it in your stories. We are live. And no, your eyes aren't playing tricks on you. Nope. The Pastor Willie Taylor is out of town and he has left Coach Crystal and I to wreak havoc on the show. Hey, Coach Crystal.
Hey, Dr. Nancy.
Hi. So tonight, y'all, we get to do whatever we'd like to do on the show. We get to talk to you all. We get to laugh. We get to have fun. But we even have a special guest tonight. You guys see him down there. Is he down there for you too, Crystal?
He's down there.
He's down there, our special guest. We've got Elder Corey Bursey with us on the line. Y'all, listen. Don't leave us out here by ourselves.
Right.
Say hello to us as you are coming on and sharing the live on tonight.
I have one request.
Elder Bursey.
Hi, how are you? I have one request.
What's
you
that?
You have to say my entire name. Crystal, go ahead.
We have Elder Corey, Melanie's best friend.
That's right.
Tuning in with us on tonight, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sharing the platform with us on tonight. We've got Elder Corey Crystal. Oh, no, he's definitely not Crystal's best friend because that would be me.
Right.
Crystal,
Right.
we should have changed ours to say Crystal's best friend and
Nancy's best friend.
Yeah.
So with that being said, that's a good segue. Maybe you're not really best friends because you didn't put it out there.
No, that ain't a good segue. Kill it.
People already know.
Everybody already knows.
That's good. That's good.
Right. Everybody already knows. Listen, we have infiltrated Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and anywhere else so much with our best friend stickers. And we don't even really always call each other besties. We always call each other best friend. Even
trust me, I know.
Dress each other.
Yes.
We call
trust
each other.
Me, I know. I know.
Well,
I got over 20 years with both of y'all.
Well, then that means we have done a good job with our work.
Clearly, we're good friends.
Period.
Clearly.
Period.
That's right.
Period.
That's right.
So you all, as you come on tonight, do us a favor. Share the live. Be a part of the conversation tonight. We are talking all about friendships and not just adult friendships, not just adult relationships, but child friendships. That's right. We're talking childhood friendships, how to identify healthy relationships. How should our children identify healthy relationships and what they need to stay away from? That's super, super important. Both Crystal and I are parents. Yeah. And so we've got plenty of experience in this area. Our children are mine are all grown.
And I just have the one.
And listen, if they all heard us say that they were grown, they'd probably be like, no, I ain't grown.
Right.
It will.
Right. And then, so Crystal, you still have Tom coming on through. He's 14. So we knocking on the door, right? We knocking on the door.
It's right.
Almost over.
That's
so we're getting there. And so we've got some parental experience, and we've had many conversations with our children.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that's great. And then on top of that, we have Elder Corey, Melanie's best friend.
Period.
That's good. That's good.
With us on tonight, who is an educator, and he's going to share with us the things that he's seeing in school and the nuggets that he believes will help our youth. You all know that that's near and dear to actually all of our hearts because as parents and as an educator, right? I've got the babies.
Absolutely. Dr. Nancy, I do want to, before I forget, you said something very paramount. You and Coach Crystal have been friends for how long?
Over 35 years.
Over 35 years. And you don't see that. You don't see that. I've got some of my friends, especially in the church. I am 56 years old. We've been friends for 50 years.
Whoa, Corey, 50? Whoa!
50. I met them. I met them at a convention, and we're still friends today. And so that's something we need to talk about. How did that journey go?
That's longevity, and you're so right. It doesn't.
So what were some of the points, some of their characteristics?
Well, wait, before we start sharing those.
Okay.
While we have some viewers, I would love for you all to say hi so we can acknowledge you. Don't leave us out here by ourselves.
Sure.
Conversation is going to be a lot. It's going to be good tonight, y'all. It's going to be a lot of fun on tonight, lighthearted. And if your youth are around, please invite them to come. We want to hear from them too. What are their thoughts? What are they thinking? What are they experiencing? What have they ran into? What's not working, right? Because they can tell us better than our youth themselves. So you all do us a favor, say hi. I see a few of you all out there watching us, right? And you're in the back room, like Pastor Lisa says, you're in the back watching us. Come on to the front, say hi. And get part of it and share please share the live. Share the live on tonight. So we've already established that we have some long friendships. And not only have Crystal and I been friends for a very long time, then Corey, you and I have also been friends for a very long time.
Absolutely.
And here's a note. Not only have you and I been friends for a very long time, but as a result of our friendship, now you and Crystal have some years. That's
right.
That's right. As well.
Absolutely.
So let's go ahead and dive into that. Do we want to go with what's healthy, or do we want to go with what's toxic? What we should look for in toxic relationships?
As an educator, I always like to start with the positive.
Okay.
Before we get into
the negative.
I just think that friendships are very, very important to me. Loyalty is a big word with me. And I don't think that everyone can really put that definition together. And I know that loyalty looks different for everyone.
Yeah.
But I think it has to be a common ground.
Between the two.
Say that again?
Between the two.
Absolutely. A common ground. So I think it's amazing when I look at you two, and because I've known you guys for at least 25 years, I think that's, and you guys are still rocking and rolling together. And that, you, again, like I said before, you just don't see that with people.
I think when you say we still rocking and rolling, there are hills.
Absolutely.
That you have to be able to climb over.
Right.
And recuperate. You have to be able to recover. Because this hasn't been 35 years of just all funny games, all laughs, everything.
No.
Right. But when we talk about characteristics, like, can we get into it and can we bounce back from that?
And you know what that takes? A will.
Mm-hmm.
That takes a willing to do.
Yeah.
I think today we don't have enough willing participants.
Yeah.
Because you have to be willful. You have to say, no, you get on my nerve, but
our relationship is worth it.
It's worth it. And I'm willing to work on it.
Yeah, there definitely has to be some value there, especially when you're willing to work on a relationship, especially when you have will to a relationship, and when there's loyalty to a relationship. There has got to be value to the relationship. If there was no value to the relationship, then I believe that Crystal and I both would have walked away. And you and I, we would have walked away and like, it was nice knowing you.
Yeah.
We just kept on going, right?
Absolutely.
But there's got to be value to the relationship. There's got to be some camaraderie to the relationship. There's got to be some common interest to the relationship. The Bible already says, how can two walk together unless they agree?
Yes.
So if we don't agree on things, that doesn't mean that we're going to always be yes men for each other, right?
That's right. That's right.
Because there's been times when both of you have told me like, no, that's wrong. That's not right. Or don't go fix that.
We're not doing that.
We're not right, Crystal. We're not doing that.
Right. Dr. Nancy.
Right.
Please work together.
Yeah. And you know what? The best thing about that is that we're able to take it.
That's right.
Because
of the will. Because of the will.
And we know how to accept truth.
That's right. That's right.
You have to be able to accept truth, and you have to know how to tell it.
That's right. Right. That's right. It's both accepting and articulating.
Yeah.
Articulating.
That's
right.
so true. And you have to know your friend. Like, You know, I think that the biggest thing is you've got to know each other's hearts.
That's right. That's right.
You know, you can tell me something that's going to crush my feelings, but because I know that you have good interest for me. You know what I'm saying? Your motives and your intentions are good for me.
Yes.
It may hurt a little bit today. You know, maybe a little tap today.
That's right. That's right.
But it's going to save my life, right?
That's right.
Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's
and
right.
So that's why I said, you know, you've got to be able to value the relationship and know where it's coming from.
It's so interesting that we're talking about this with younger kids, because what people have to understand, young kids grow up to be big kids.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
Adults, you know. So whatever we put in them as young kids, it's important because they're gonna grow up to be an adult. Sure. So this is why I think somewhere down the line, somebody, your mom, your dad, put something in you. Your mom, your dad put something in you that trains you on how to be a friend, healthy. And going back to the Bible gives us the blueprint. Yeah. It says, if you want friends, show yourself friendly.
Yep. That's what the word says.
And I think that's where we mess up sometimes. We're just not friendly people. If you work with kids, I work with kids. Unfortunately, I see some kids that they're just not friendly.
True.
And they're going to grow up having these issues of relationships.
True.
And then I think when I think back to when Essence was a little girl, she was at Nancy's house. She was in daycare. I think it's important for kids to be around other kids as well, so that they can they know how to commune with each other. If they don't have that, you keeping your kid in the house, they're not going to be friendly.
This is me as an educator. Me and Melanie talk about this all the time. I'm not an advocate of homeschooling. That's me. Because of that very thing you just said. It's important for interaction. Yeah. It's important for disagreement, to learn how to disagree.
Yes.
You can disagree honorably, you know, without it being, I'm scratching your eyes out.
So true.
You know, and when you're at home, it's just you. You think your world is right.
Yep. And you build a defense mechanism. So anybody that's doing anything opposite,
different, right?
It's wrong.
That's right. That's right.
And so right here, I think this is a great opportunity for us to take a little break, a little 2 and 2, like Chuck Woolery says. A little 2 and 2, and toss in a few announcements. And then don't forget, Elder Corey and Coach Crystal, that we're going to get right back to talking about social skills and relationships and or friendships. Okay.
Okay.
What I want to do is first announce for what's going on with self-checkout and the WTM Ministries. There is a prayer conference 2025 coming up. You need to get registered. It's going to be absolutely awesome. The speakers are Elder Derek Mays, Pastor Jackie Jones, and my very own Apostle, Dr. Linda Stennis. This conference begins March 10th. Oh, and Pastor Will is speaking as well. Pastor Will is speaking. I don't know how I missed that. I have my glasses on and big pink print. There it is. I done missed it all, y'all. But that's all right. We're going to back up. Pastor Will is first. And he kicks it off March 10th. And after that is Elder Derek Mays. And then my very own Apostle, Dr. Linda Stennis. And Pastor Jackie Jones is closing out on March 31st. The topics are powerful. We've got deciphering the Lord's Prayer. We have prophetic intercessory prayer, praying through. Corey, that's your area. You like prayer. Yeah. People ain't doing that no more. Praying through. And standing in the gap.
Yeah.
You want to know there are strategies to prayer. There is a way to pray. There is an incorrect way to pray. And so if you've got questions or you want to know how to pray, guess what? You want to register for this conference. It will be all of the month of March. And I am looking now to see if I'm sure that there is a register. Is there? Oh, yep, there is a registration fee. The registration is $125. Am I seeing this right? I'm gonna make sure I'm looking at it right, y'all.
Probably.
Even though, am I right, Crystal?
You probably are.
The 125, or am I looking at 135?
That's the best friend talking. She don't know.
Registration is $135.
Oh, Lord.
See, I was just giving them a $10 discount. I was just,
yeah.
And you know what?
But
if you register tonight, I'm gonna give you a $10 discount. How about that? Since Pastor Will ain't here and he can't tell me no, then if you register tonight only, tonight it expires at midnight. Tonight.
You probably should expire at 8:00.
No, it's gonna expire at midnight tonight. Then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to have you register for $125. If you register for it's always a catch to everything. Y'all know that. But you got to register for all of the sessions at the rate of $125. That's giving you a $10 discount on the total package. Now, if you desire to only take maybe one of those classes only interested you, right? Only one of those workshops interested you, then it's $40 per individual class. I ain't giving no discount on that, but it's only on the package, okay? So $40 on the individual classes. Now, the ways to register, let's see. The Zoom link will be provided upon registration, and the way to register is to simply follow those numbers at the bottom of the screen where you can sow your seed. If you need to sow a seed, please sow a seed. But in the notes, also make it a note and make Pastor Will aware that you are registering for the prayer conference 2025. And if you take advantage of the full package, please let him know that Pastor Nancy give you a $10 discount off of the full. Y'all hear me saying it, right? So I don't want nobody saying, well, she said I can get $10 off of one class. No, she didn't. No. What she said was, if you register for all 4 weeks, I need to make sure we're in a 5-week month. If you register for the entire package at $135, you'll receive a $10 discount on tonight only. It expires at midnight. And so the classes will be $125. All right?
Yes.
All right. I think we went a little over the 2 and 2. However, you should have said beep, beep, beep. You should have just, gave it. But nonetheless, y'all, we had to get that taken care of. And again, if you'd like to sow, you all know, those of you all that are faithful viewers, Pastor will always solicit your support of the self-checkout show and of the Willie Taylor Ministries. There's much going on, much that he's endeavoring to do. And it takes funds. It takes resources. It takes money to do ministry. No matter how we cut, slice, and dice it, you all, ministry is business.
Yes, it is.
Lights got to be paid. Water bills have got to be paid. Doors have got to be paid for to be open. Speakers have to be paid. And then guess what? Sometimes you may need a bottle of water. That water's got to be bought.
Yes, right.
Or a little snack, because Pastor Will always gives out nice refreshments, and those have to be purchased as well. So go ahead, support the ministry. We're on every Monday night. You all know that by now. And it's always great topics. So if you've got any suggestions for topics, please don't hesitate to email and or inbox Pastor Will. He'd be happy to hear from you. But the ways to give are rolling across the bottom of the screen. Please take note of that and go ahead and sow.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Now back to what we were talking about. We're back. Our music has already played. We handled all the business. We're back. We're talking about social skills. You didn't forget. And relationships. So, Elder Bursey, what are you seeing in the schools about social skills? You were talking about homeschooling and how you don't necessarily agree with it because it takes away the children's social skills. So let's talk about that a bit. What are you seeing in school as far as social skills happening?
Well, I see, especially, I see kids trying to figure this out because I think, and it's like we're product of our parents.
Of course.
And a lot of times what we try to kind of create in the school setting, it can kind of go against what they're doing at home. So that's the kind of the chore, if you will, for a better lack of words, that I see in the school system. But I've kind of slogan, I want the parents to partner with us so that we all can be saying the same thing to help kids build healthy relationships.
That's huge.
It's funny because our parents, while they partnered with teachers as we were young, they didn't have to have all of that.
That's right.
It was just when you left the house, you go to that school, you know how to act. If that teacher got to call me,
only one call. Only one call.
Problem.
Yeah, but we don't have that anymore. I'm telling you, we have parents. Case in point, I had two of my students, and the little boy cussed the other little boy out. I mean, he used words that I took a pencil and a paper and wrote down just in case.
I ain't never heard this before. Wait a minute now.
Right.
Where did you come from? This must be new.
But after he got done, I said, now how do you spell that? So, but.
And most times they can't even spell them. Ain't that sad?
That's what but my point was, his mom couldn't see where that was wrong.
Wow.
Oh.
And I'm talking about 6th grade. She couldn't see. And that's why it's so important that the adults trying to get this thing right with friendships will partner with us so that our younger people can know how to become friends.
So I've got a 2-part question for both you and Coach Crystal.
Okay.
I guess my first question would be, what do we think about our, because I'm at the daycare level, right? So I do home daycare. Most of you all already know that. So I've got the babies up until at least until 5 years old. And then after that, they're going into 1st grade, if you will. If they're here at 5, then they're typically going to kindergarten, 4, they can go to pre-K, okay? So I've got them for a little while. So what do we think about telling our children that these are your friends? Like, how everybody runs around, that's my friend, that's my friend Crystal. Hey, mommy, it's my friend Corey. Mommy, this is my friend. And what if they're not really their friends?
I think when kids are little like that, that's the word of choice, right? As they get older, you have to give an explanation of what is an associate, what is someone that's just passing through, and what an actual friend is. But as a kid, they're not going to understand associate. What? They don't know how to spell that. What does that mean?
However, we teach even in pre-K, when Nancy offends me, it's important that I get them together.
Yeah.
Hey, Nancy, I didn't like how you made me feel. I think that's where it starts. When you start, they don't quite understand it right now, but the more and more I say, hey, Nancy, we're 4. Hey, Nancy, I didn't like that you pinched me.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. When we start, and then the next time, I've seen it where our kids start to say, no, you're getting in my personal space. Because that's training. Everything that we do in life has to be a teaching tool.
Indeed. Hey,
It
Daphne.
has to be.
Good evening, Daphne. We are praying for you, Daphne, and the loss of your sister.
Yes.
Yeah, I seen your post. You know that we love you. You know that Pastor Will loves you, Daphne. You are not standing alone.
Yes.
We are here for you. Daphne is one of the sweetest.
Always.
People.
And can cook.
Yeah, and can cook and bake.
Yep.
Best friend, don't send me no text messages. I seen the doorbell ring.
All right, get yourself together.
Best friend, don't send me no text messages.
This is one of those coughs. This is one of those little tap.
Right.
What she do? Tell it.
She done went and summoned some backup. Hold on a second. The doorbell didn't ring. And y'all, I want y'all to meet my beautiful guy, baby. Hi, honey.
Look at Essence.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hi, Essence. Yeah, listen. Your mama told me some ma'am. No.
Tell it.
See how she
That's
looks?
my child. I see my child. The doorbell rang. Okay, I seen her.
Essence.
Hey, Essence.
Hello,
Essence.
yes.
Will you be my Valentine?
Girl, bye.
Yeah, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. Right, exactly.
We'll talk off the call.
Okay.
So
because I'm just trying to figure out if the other Valentine,
Dr. Nancy,
childhood friendship.
Okay, wait. Child. Okay.
We're discussing childhood friendship.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me what your take is on how to help children develop healthy relationships.
That's good. That's good. Okay, let me think.
Right, she's thinking because she doesn't have a child, and so she's got to really put extra effort.
He's been a child.
You know, I have a child. His name is Smooch. So for me, I would say, we're thinking about right now and like after post-COVID, thinking through that people need to just get their kids outside of the home, because I don't know about children right now, but the students that I work with every day, they lack social skills. They lack like a voice. So like if someone is to do something to them, they would rather have me step in to say, hey, this happened, let's talk this through. They are unable to mediate situations themselves. So I think getting children into spaces where they can be around other children is the first step. But then also having conversations with your child to say, you know, how are you feeling about this? How was your day? And then letting them express themselves to say, oh, you know, this happened, and then walking them through that. I think is very important. Also, I guess making sure that they are able to see relationships from different sides. Like every relationship is not going to be happy. So you can't just only allow them to be in happy, great spaces. They have to have diverse experiences. So
What?
I'm okay. So
that means
that they need to go into sports or a competitive, you know, activity so that they can see that side. What does it feel like to win? What does it feel like to lose? Because that's all those things are building relationships, but that's going to show how they show up in said relationships. And so, yeah, you just got to help the youth, help them.
So do we want to say that this is a result of parents, you know, like, because Crystal brought up the fact that when we were younger, and Corey, you as well, the three of us know it. Yeah. And Essence, you too, because by the time you all came on, we were still kind of practicing what we were taught. You know, do we think that it's as a result of the parents becoming younger?
Yes, I do. That's me.
What do you think?
Yes, in the sense of a lot of parents now are not as involved in their children's lives. Like they're still living in their youth. And so they want to do all of those things. And so they're not really caring. I have a friend who's a teacher, and you can email the parent and say, hey, your child is doing X, Y, and Z. Parent doesn't come in. Parent is not checking the email. You call the parent. Parent does not answer the phone. Parent comes in for parent-teacher conference, and now they're confused on why child is failing. So I do think that plays a role. But for me right now, I think a bigger thing that plays a role, and it may have to do with the parents being young or just parents being busy in general, but pushing the kid aside to the whatever electronic or whatever that looks like for that kid, I think that plays a large role in it too, because then kids are learning, oh, like this is something that I like. My friend is on TV. My friend is this person, whatever, as opposed to being able to actually interact with people. And I think that shows up even now. Like it's not just a thing that stays with them as a kid. When they grow up, they're still not going to be able to talk to people and communicate properly and do all of those things. I know even for me, like I like YouTube a lot when I was younger, but now my attention span, I just can't even watch a TV show. Like it takes me 3 weeks to watch 8 episodes, 30 minutes, because I just like,
me too.
It's other stuff going on, and you just everything is so quick. So I think that both things come into play, because you could also be an older parent and just be like, okay, I'm tired of these kids. Like, go ahead and watch whatever. But the young parents is definitely a thing, and it's more prominent. Of course, I watch TikTok, but it's more prominent now with like younger people my age going into teaching, and then having to go to TikTok to say, this is what these kids are doing. Your kids don't know how to read. Your kids don't know how to add, subtract, because nobody's putting time into them. So I think that goes into the relationship part too, because they can't do the basic skills. So how are they supposed to be able to have friendships and actually have them succeed and like last on.
And again, it goes back to us partnering with the parent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everything cannot happen at the school level.
So true.
And I try to convey that the parents, the family has to come together so that we can make and create a successful student, kid. And that's holistically.
And actually, I'll jump in and say that it starts even in pre-kindergarten and kindergarten. So it really starts then, the foundations, again, with getting the kids back together. Don't be so quick to tell your child, well, go hit them or go do this and go do that.
Yeah.
I see the babies, and I tell parents this all the time, babies, little kids, form families all of their own. I mean, I can see a baby falling, and the other one's gonna be like, TTDSC, this is failed. And I'm thinking, I'm standing right here, I seen a fall. But you know what I'm saying? So there's a genuine, they actually genuinely care about their friends, which is even why I said that. And so if we teach that, and if we reinforce that, and like you're saying, Corey, if we work as they transition, right, and as they matriculate through school grades, from pre-K to kindergarten to elementary to middle to high school and college, then these values will be built where they can actually understand the value of and the importance of friendships and or relationships.
And I think that it's important that adults, as parents, we have to know how to multitask, how to organize, and how to kind of put things in an order. Because we know that when we were younger, our parents just weren't doing all the things that we're doing now.
That's
You have parents who you need multiple streams of income to carry your household. You have your own lifestyle that you want to live. Plus, you have to do things with the kids. Now you're summoning to the school. So it's just a matter of multitasking. Okay, what's important?
That's right.
How important is this child to me and their well-being and how they function throughout their lives?
Crystal, that's good. And what's important at that time?
Yes,
so true.
At that time, my kid needs me to go to the school.
So I'm gonna have to drop everything else.
So I've got to. I can't plan the party that I'm gonna go to on Friday.
And not only that, a lot of jobs just don't have the clarity and understanding that jobs of the past have.
That's right. That's good.
You're so quick. I can feel your seat. You want to go be with your child? Go be with your child. I can feel this seat. So it's a lot of things on a daily basis that's working against us. That's why it's so important for you to try to either visually give them what it looks like to have a healthy relationship. Or you need to, just like Essence say, check in. And
I was just gonna say,
time.
There's really no excuse though, because Essence told us, and she's so right. We're at an age now where the teachers are emailing, but the parents don't email back. We get that your job won't let you off. But at least put the time in to email back. Hey, I'm at work, but I really want to know what's going on with Johnny. Please tell me. Please let me know. You're not working 24 hours a day. You're not.
You're not.
So Daphne says learning has to come from home as well.
That's right.
That's where it starts. And I think that, it's funny that, again, here you have 3 different levels, right, of learning. I'm daycare. Elder Corey Melanie's best friend is elementary, middle school, and then we've got college. Essence is at the college university level. And so again, what we're ultimately showing and or saying, my point is that it follows us through life.
Yes, it does.
It follows through life. And so the skills that we don't get here, if we don't get them there, then we certainly aren't going to have them here. And now life is just
you're 30 years old. You're 30 years old and you don't know how to interact with people.
And or value relationships.
That's right.
Or even have a relationship, right?
Yeah, because you don't know
how to have a relationship.
You don't know how to interact.
Yeah.
Because we miss those steps. And you can tell a person that misses steps because they're in and out of
friendships. Yep. They don't have anything long lasting.
They don't have anything long lasting. They're in and out. Oh, you made me mad. I don't want to talk to you. I block you. I don't want to talk to you.
That's so sad. Let's talk about that. When it's so easy to disregard a relationship, to throw it away. Why? Again, you were just saying, you just kind of, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to. What's that about?
We missed those steps.
Well, that's a lack of communication.
Yeah.
You never really built the communication skills.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really know, like how we started. What are some of the points? You don't know what trust is. You don't know what loyalty is. You don't know what it means to be able to conversate and entrust in somebody, to be able to tell your secrets and trust that they're not going to tell them.
That's right.
You don't know how to do that.
And like we said in the beginning, putting that work in. You know, when you got two different individuals, it's work.
Yeah, definitely.
And you've got to be okay with putting the wage in.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Corey,
that's so true, because like Crystal said when she started out, Crystal and I have been friends for
35 years. These kids are 30 years old.
And I would almost say it's longer than 35, but it's up there. It's up there.
Right.
Every day has not been
hey
girl.
No.
Every day has not been like,
people.
Because we are two different, and we both have different point of views.
That's right.
We both have different emotions and different feelings and different, we're two different people. But again, if you value the relationship,
it's that will.
A lot of people can't identify that there's a delicate place in a relationship, and then there's the strong.
Yep.
The strong is easy to get through.
That's right.
Everybody happy.
Yeah.
But how you dealing with the delicate?
Right.
How you dealing with a loss?
How do you show up? Yes. Exactly. You gotta show up for each other.
That's right.
Because if I'm always showing up and you're not showing up, there's a problem there.
I want to say something, and it's a joke, but all of you guys, and Essence is my niece, but I put Melanie's best friend. Melanie, she doesn't say a lot of things that are real key. So she doesn't. Melanie, I won't even get into that. But one thing she said to me many, many years ago that really touched me dealing with
She said
friendship.
Something that touched you?
Can you believe that? Because I'm telling you, Melanie, she has no spirituality.
Oh.
So,
she's going to kill you.
I know. Is she on here?
Right?
She's on here.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm sorry. Mel, I love you. But anyway, we were talking one time, and I was telling her I was tired, but I had to go show up for this person. She said to me, brother, some things in relationships are non-negotiable.
Yeah. We live by that.
That thing wore me out.
We live by that. We say it all the time. Crystal and I say it all the time.
That thing wore me out.
It's a non-negotiable.
I thank her for that. And so that kind of gave me my will as to why I go hard trying to show up for people.
Yeah.
Because it's non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable.
It's a non-negotiable.
Absolutely.
A non-negotiable. And when you start showing up and the other person isn't showing up, there's a problem. As we get older, right? As we get older and we have children and we have jobs and we have this, that, and another, sometimes things will interfere.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes things will interfere. And if you're a friend, you'll say, oh, you know what? I understand. I get it. Trust me.
But not all the time. But not all the time.
Right? Yeah. And so that's just the bottom line. Crystal and I say it all the time. Or we'll be talking and somebody won't show up and we'll look at each other like, huh? They're not coming. What? No. Well, what happened? Why come they? And we just start laughing amongst each other because we already know it's a non-negotiable for us.
Non-negotiable.
Show up.
Yeah.
Period. And so that's important. I think that those are main things that our young people need to look for. So we're looking for will, right? The will to have the relationship.
Yep.
We're looking for, and not just out of one person, but out of both. The loyalty, right? Between them. Can I trust you?
Yep.
Yes. I've got to be able to trust you.
Yes.
I've got to be able to trust you. If I don't know that I can trust you, how can I be your friend? We've got to be able to talk to each other. I've got to be able to be vulnerable with you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what else? What we got? We got loyalty. We have trust.
Communication.
Yeah.
Right.
They got to have some type of love It has to be some type of affection towards each other, because if I don't care for you,
that's right.
How can I give you everything else?
So true.
Understanding.
So true.
You got to have understanding.
And these are all skills, everybody. We're still talking about our young people and the things that they need. And guess what? They may not know, because we're saying some pretty hefty words, y'all. I just want to share that with you. And especially for maybe elementary kids. These are some hefty words. However, we as adults, like Elder Corey and like my God, baby Essence said, we have a responsibility to teach our children what these words mean and to show them. I believe it was Coach Crystal that said, and we have to imitate that, right?
That's right.
An example.
That's right.
Of what these words mean,
and so that's how they learn the big words, is by us really acting them out.
Yes.
This is what understanding looks like. We role play. We do a lot of role playing with our smaller kids, and they'll get it. They will get it.
Definitely.
But a lot of kids already know, like, a lot of kids already know, because even when I think about Tommy, which is my little brother, some stuff that Tommy be saying to me, I be like, what are you talking about?
Well, you know, Tommy a little bit ahead of his time.
He can grab, but that's what I'm saying. Like, because of the circumstances, like, we're in a different time, even from like when I was little, right?
That's right.
Where they have access to things outside of the home,
that we didn't.
To education, to things that were not accessible to those before. And so, like, even in terms of when you're talking with your children, like, you can talk in regular language and use the actual word and explain that to them, because one, if you know your kid and you know the things that they like and what they do, you can easily relate whatever lesson you're trying to teach that thing. Children's TV shows teach relationship, understand, teach those things. So how are you then bringing it into real life with them? And I think that the biggest thing a parent can do is provide experiences for their child. Like, take them places, show them things, have them around, like, your friend
expose them.
Expose them,
growing up, a lot of things I learned were like just seeing, right? So I have Granny, she's doing whatever Granny is doing, while Mama is doing whatever she's doing. You, my grandma, you're doing what you're doing. But even seeing y'all as friends, right? Seeing y'all as friends and your friend groups, what does that look like? Is that healthy? Because you can teach somebody something, or you can tell somebody something, but if you're not also doing that,
that's good.
Why would I listen to you? Like, even your kid, if you tell your kid to do something, but you're doing the opposite of that,
right?
Are they really listening? Not really, but you know, that's
good.
To do. But you have to, and so that even goes to watching who you surround yourself with, because if you have good people in your life and you have great relationships, and that child is going to want to emulate that. But it also knowing that can backfire if you have people in your circle or in your life who treat you poorly and you're accepting that, then your child too is going to accept that. So you have to be mindful of, like, what's going on, where they are, the places that they're in, what people you allow around them.
That's right.
And so, you know, just thinking through that stuff too.
And, you know, Essence, that is so true. Your mom and Nancy are better because of me. You know.
But you know what? That's a great point.
Okay.
And what she's saying is, because we always say it takes a village to raise a child.
That's right.
The village that helped me raise Essence.
That's right.
That's true.
We bomb.
That's right. That's right. And they are
also,
don't try to overtalk me. They are better because of me.
So, you're right. They are.
So, yeah, they are.
He said we are better
because of him. We're gonna take it around with it.
Yes.
Okay.
He's standing in
I think it's also important that, and I'm sure you are, in essence, even you can attest to this. I think that it's really important that we keep the lines of communication open as adults, even with our youth, right?
That's
so
right.
that when you all experience relationship issues, or when you're trying to figure it out and navigate
and talk about it, that's right.
You all can come and talk to us, and we can. Here's the thing, parents, don't be so quick to be like, oh, well, I wouldn't be their friend no more.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. That's what happens too. So they throw away what could possibly be a good friendship.
A lifelong.
Yeah, because they're listening to my mama said, don't be your friend no more. My daddy said, don't be your friend. No. What about, is the relationship worth it? Have you all had a conversation? Have you all had a talk? You know, is there a way to rectify it? Because everything doesn't always have to be thrown in the garbage, right?
Right.
It could just be a misunderstanding.
Right.
It could just be a misunderstanding.
So how does that help, Essence? Do you agree with that? Do you think that hey Tabitha?
Hey Tab.
Tab, you see who we got on here with us tonight? We got Elder Corey, Melanie's best friend.
Right.
That's right.
Best friend on here with us. And of course, we have my beautiful goddaughter Essence on. And then there's this other lady. Oh, Coach Crystal. She's on the line with us tonight.
Essence's mama. Yeah.
No,
right. But I had to bring Melanie on here. This is the only way she was going to come on, is if I put her under the best friend.
Wait, Tab said, wait, the parentheses, Melanie.
Yes, that's the only way she's coming on. Right.
Right.
And you're still waiting. One man stands alone. She's not said hi, bye, cat, dog, nothing.
She ain't said nothing, have she?
She ain't said 2 words.
I told you, not spiritual. I keep trying to tell you. She's not. She is going to kill all of us. All
tonight.
of us. She is.
Yeah.
Because we have tossed her name around.
She ain't do nothing to Essence. She ain't do nothing to Essence.
Absolutely. You said what?
She ain't gonna do nothing to Essence.
Not me.
Oh,
Essence
no,
can probably get away with it and not have any problems at all. Hey, Tabitha, how are you?
I think, to y'all's point of village, I actually don't know what the point was. Can you ask me one more time?
It took everybody, all of her close friends played a part in who you are today.
Yes.
And then the ability to come and talk to us
Absolutely.
whenever you need to.
Absolutely.
And this is one other thing, and Essence, I'm going to be quiet after I say this. Okay. But this one other thing Crystal and I did, we were big on, and still really are as it relates to our children. If they can't talk to me, I told my children, you can't talk to me, go talk to your auntie Crystal. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have other aunties. Go talk to Uncle Corey. Go talk to, because I wanted them to know who their village was or who their options were. And I wanted them to give unbiased information, right? Somebody was going to tell them what they needed to hear because they loved them. It was going to be correct information. So, okay, Essence. So that's like the ball of everything. Just kind of talk about that a bit. Like, how does that matter to young people?
Yeah, I think a lot of young people need to have an outlet in being able to talk to somebody. And so by having like a diverse pool of people to talk to, I think that helps because, I mean, well, I tell my mama everything. She probably don't want to hear everything I have to say, but
that's how I tell we don't want to hear what y'all got.
And that's okay.
We be scarred. We just be like,
hey.
But we don't tell y'all though. We don't tell y'all.
She be scarred. I be like, tell me more.
Hey. I just, but I think in a particular age range of people, maybe my age and a little bit down, from what I've seen, don't have that relationship with a parent or with someone who can be seen as an adult figure, right? And so that plays a role because then the friends become the confidant or whoever, but that's not always good advice, right?
I mean, it's good essence.
That's not always good advice. Right. So to have that is what helps you to be better. You're getting advice from someone who has already maybe lived these things, or at least can point you in a direction of, okay, this is what you need to think about, whatever that may look like. For those who don't have that great relationship with the parent, then you have to worry about who are they going to outside of me to tell these things and what's really going on in my child's life, because I don't know. They're not telling me. But also, as a parent, yes, you are there to raise and occasionally to discipline, whatever that looks like, but you also have to be a safe space. If your kid does not have somebody, that's also not going to go well either. So I think all in all, you need to be able to hear your kid, allow them a space, opportunity to be able to share their true feelings with you and for them to be comfortable. Everything can't be a, well, I said to do this because of that. If they're genuinely telling you like, oh, this is not something that I want to do because of X, Y, and Z, you need to at least listen, and y'all need to be able to have a conversation and come to an agreement or understanding of some sorts. That is going to be the first place where a child learns what happens when they disagree with something, right? So when the child disagrees, if the parent's first thing is, well, you're going to do what I said because blah, 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 then in another relationship, they're going to live that same way, right? Well, this person said I need to do this, so this is the end all be all. Whereas if you as the parent are saying, okay, well, talk to me a little bit more about your thoughts on that. They are going to be able to, when somebody else, they have something going on with someone else, they can say, okay, well, no, actually, I said what I said when I said it. And no, all of these, everything that you do relationship building wise takes you to a next step, right? So if you go from a little kid and you're able to communicate, hey, you hurt my feelings because of this, okay, then the next age you're going to be able to say, okay, well, I actually don't want to be a part of that, or whatever the case may be, and so on and so on and so on, because these things just elevate as you grow older. None of these things go away. Like, you don't just stop facing conflict when you get older. You don't just stop having to make friends when you get older. And even to the point of relationship building now, I'm 24, I'll be 25 this year. But now at 24, it's like I have the skills to build friendships, but it's extremely hard to build friendships when you're not on a college campus or at a high school or going to elementary school, because you'll never again from college or whatever learning be in a space where there are all these people who have all of these same shared identities or shared thoughts or shared mindsets. You'll never have that again. When you go into the workplace, some of them people is crazy, okay? And you don't know. So it's like, if you don't have the skills then, you're surely not going to get them at 24. It's just the time is up. So you have to give them the skills then. You have to have the conversations with your kid and make sure that they not crazy, because some of them are. You got to watch them. And that's my message to all the parents out there. Watch your kid. Ask them questions. How are you doing? What happened at school today? But actively listen to them, not just because you're trying to check a box on, okay, yeah, my kid, how they doing? No, make sure that you show them, no, I actually care. This is what it looks like when someone cares. This is what conversation looks like. This is a real conversation. And also show that relationship requires two people. I think that is the key. In order to be in relation to something, there has to be two things. And so if both parties are not giving and taking, that's not a relationship. Y'all are just two people. I don't know what you want to call it, but that's just not it. Friendship, romantic, whatever, both parties have to be in on it.
Corey, 1 second. I want to ask Essence this, and then I want you to go ahead and elaborate. Essence, how do you feel about your mom saying, Essence, Nancy's not a good friend. I don't think that you all should be friends.
Well, I rarely listen to that advice.
Okay.
But that's me. That's just me though. But I feel like if it was my mom saying that to me, like, I'm gonna take it and like, okay, let me think a little bit. But she knows she could tell me something, but I have to digest that in my mind first before I can actually act on it. But I'm also a person who every like big step that I left, I did not take the friends with me. I'll tell you that right now. So elementary school, I don't talk to them people. High school people, when I see them, hey, how you doing? But I didn't take those friends into whatever the next thing was, which maybe, I should have listened to her on that bit of like, maybe maintain the relationships. I mean, it was beneficial advice. I didn't listen. So I would say for any child out there whose parent is, providing advice, take it with a grain of salt. Like, and I know when I come to her, I do over exaggerate, and I'm probably going to leave out what I did because she's my mother and she only take my side. But after your parent says, oh, you shouldn't be their friend again, really go back and think and evaluate the situation one more time, because you know what really happened. You only told half the story.
That's right.
And so you need to really think through, okay, what role did I play? I don't think I really gained that skill to actually think about what role I played until like college, the end
Last week.
of that. Yeah, about yesterday.
And that's really why I asked.
If
That's
you're 24
again,
last week.
Yeah, about last week. Because technically, because really for me it's like, and every child is different. That's another thing. Every person is different. But for me, a person can do a lot of things, like just crazy stuff, before I actually say like, okay, you know what? Not going to be talking to you anymore. Because for me, like some of the stuff, it's not real. I don't know how to explain it to y'all, but some things at a certain like friendship level, that's not real. Like if that person is not your closest friend or somebody that you categorize up there, some of that stuff, nobody really cares. Just take it. Okay. Well, I know that's my friend to go party with. Or I know that's my friend.
Categories. We talked about that.
That's right. Categories.
That friend, they would like to walk off. And I don't know. We're not in a safe environment. So that friend, we can't bring them here. So sometimes it's that. And I'll do that. Like if she was to give me a piece of advice, I would say, okay, well, let me see. I can figure that out. But
you know, when you went to school, when Essence went away to college, Essence was not as social as I thought that she should be.
I wasn't.
She was moving towards it. But like I told her, I said, now look, when you get to college, you're going to have to take the opportunity to make friends. These are going to be your lifelong friends because y'all going through these 4 years together and you're going to be tackling the same things. That freshman year, and she would call and she would say, they talking about stuff. I don't even know what this is. I ain't never been through this. I said, well, see, I told you. You just have to have an open mind and move through college. Now, don't get me wrong. She got a couple of friends now that I feel like
I didn't get them till junior year, but I got them.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
and again, life is a teaching tool.
It is.
It's a teaching tool. You never ever stop learning.
Never.
And so this is good. This whole college thing. College was probably my best life because I had to learn. I really did. I had to learn. And I was going to say, parents, I love what she was saying. Be attentive to your children. I wasn't raised in a household where I couldn't ask questions.
Yeah.
I probably didn't like my mom's response.
But you could ask them.
I could ask them. And, so I think that builds the little person, that they're able to kind of learn how to advocate for themselves, So, this has been amazing to me. It is 7:59.
That's good, Corey. That's good.
I'm good.
A good segue.
My God baby has something to say. Go ahead, God baby.
Thing to say. It is 8:59, but
she's in Atlanta.
I think that we should all do this again. But I want to talk about something else, and so I want to talk about the mental health of our college students because
that's very important.
And let me preface this by saying some of it is not real. And as parents, as we talk about parents and the things that they need to teach their children, resilience, everything is not burnout. You're okay. So having that conversation as well, but I think that'll be a great for another Monday.
All right. We'll make sure we put it.
That is so good.
Yeah, because
you're not burned out. You just need to categorize.
You just need to manage your time a little bit.
Prioritize.
Prioritize.
Yeah. Well, everyone, I too believe that this has been an awesome show. Thank you so much, Es, for popping in, ringing that doorbell, and joining us tonight, giving us a view of college. Elder Corey, you gave us a view of the elementary / middle school / high school levels. Yeah. And then Crystal and I, Coach Crystal, you're the coach with the most. And then myself with the babies. Yes. Look, she said, Tab said you'll be on Gabby's speed dial next year.
Yes, I love to
So, this has been an awesome show. Thank you all so much for joining us on tonight in Pastor Will's absence while he's out in sunny California having a wonderful time.
Wonderful time.
He'll be back on Monday grabbing the helm again. And yeah, we'll be back. I don't know what we're talking about next Monday, but I'm sure it'll be a great show. So you all meet us right back here at 7 p.m. next Monday night for the next episode of, I forgot to say, this is your favorite Christian talk show or favorite Christian.
Okay.
I was going to say favorite Christian television show. Well, now that I hacked that all up for my friend / brother, I'm sure he'll fix it on next week. So that if y'all want it fixed, you got to come back.
The self-checkout show. That's what it says.
Yeah, well, he always says a little something. It's got to we take
something.
an honest look at our hearts and
minds.
Something like that. But y'all come on back because next week he gonna say it.
She said, fire the guest.
Tab said, fire the guest. Oh, but Tab, he ain't write it down for me, and I got enough to remember.
Tab, she been messing up. She didn't have the countdown together. Well, I hope Willie's watching.
I had the countdown together. Don't try it. The countdown went just like it was supposed to.
We're not gonna talk about. I didn't even know how to get on here, so
it did not. and we ain't gonna tell the world that we had to look at your couch to walk you through it. Crystal, but a friend's a friend forever.
That's right.
If the Lord is the Lord of them, and a friend will not say never, because the welcome will not end. Though it's hard to let you go.
Yeah.
In the Father's hands, we know that a lifetime's not too long to live as friends. Crystal, Essence, you know that song, huh?
No.
Oh, I thought she did the way she was like.
She said no.
You are the writer, the recorder, all of that, because we just like,
Me too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, he'll see it all. Y'all, we done went 2 minutes over, but we got our 2 and 2 again. So you all have an amazing night. Elder Corey, thank you so much.
I enjoyed it.
That you will be back on this platform with us again
it.
soon. So thank you so much for sitting
You're welcome.
Tonight, all
right?
All right, y'all. Y'all have a great night. We love you all. See you next Monday, 7 p.m. right here for the Self-Checkout Show. Good night. Oh, I'm your host, Dr. Nancy Murphy, along with Coach Crystal, Elder Corey Bursey, and Essence. Everybody.
And Melanie's best friend.
Yes.
Yes.
And Crystal's best friend.
And Nancy's best friend.
Now, you all have an amazing night. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Don't go nowhere.
Okay, I'm not. I'm right. But we still live.
Hold on.
Okay.